Welcome to the Binge List. I am your host, Paul Chappell. We are recapping The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This episode 5, Truth is what it's called. And I actually fell asleep in this episode. There was one good fight scene at the beginning. And I'm not saying it's a bad episode. There was a lot of talking. There was a lot of stuff we had to wrap up as far as character arcs go. So we see John Walker's character arc pretty much come to an end. Well, there's probably going to be something next episode too. But first of all, the shield was taken from him after a long fight between him, Sam, and Bucky. And of course, you have to remember it was such a badass fight because he has taken the soldier serum. So he has power. But that brings us to what is probably the purpose of this series. And that is a question that was posed in the first Captain America movie, the first Avenger. And I'm going to have to just quote what was said by Dr. Abraham Erskine. He was talking about the soldier serum, and this is what he had to say. The serum amplifies everything that it is inside, so good becomes great, bad becomes worse.
This is why you were chosen. Because a strong man who has known power all his life may lose respect for that power. But a weak man knows the value of strength and knows compassion.
So here we have John Walker. He is a good soldier, I believe. He's done some good things. He has like 3 Medal of Honors. But he's been a strong man all his life, and he forgets what that means. When he gets even more power, he doesn't have respect for it. So that's what we see happening, and ultimately he kills pretty much a defenseless guy in public, and he fails as Captain America. He's stripped of that title. He's discharged from the military. Now, he didn't get a dishonorable discharge. He got a other than honorable discharge, which is almost the same thing. It's actually a real thing, by the way. I actually read up on this. It's between a dishonorable and an honorable discharge. But it means that, you just didn't get an honorable discharge. You didn't necessarily commit a crime or something. You didn't get court-martialed, but you just don't get the benefits of saying you were honorably discharged. That's pretty much it. So he's dumped by the government. And of course, we had a cameo. Now, there was a lot of talk of this cameo. A lot of people were speculating that it was going to be actually Chris Evans as Captain America. I don't know why anybody thought that. It wouldn't make sense as far as the story goes. So, if you haven't already seen the episode, this is a big spoiler, but it was Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yes, that's right. The lady from Seinfeld was the big cameo. And she's playing a character called Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who was a big member of S.H.I.E.L.D. And in fact, she was Nick Fury's lover. So I'm pretty sure that she's not going to have that capacity on the show. Why? Because for one thing, S.H.I.E.L.D. is no more as far as I know. We do have SWORD and some other agencies. But yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. is kaput. So I don't see how they're going to have her in S.H.I.E.L.D. the way she was in the comics. I think they're following the Secret Warrior storyline. In that storyline, she is Madam Hydra. And I think I haven't actually read the comic, but I think she actually infiltrates Hydra for Nick Fury to bring it down from the inside. So I don't really know what they're setting up. It seems like she's setting up to actually be Madam Hydra and a bad guy. But I've been so wrong about so many things with these television series of Marvel. But I'm just putting that out there. That's the character she's playing. And I wasn't really thrilled to see her. I'm not really a big Julia Louis-Dreyfus fan. I know she's won a bunch of Emmys for Veep, which I've never seen. So I don't know. I just never been a fan of hers. But whatever. That is the big reveal. So we had Sam and Bucky bonding a lot in this episode. Sam goes to see Isaiah, the black Captain America, and he gets the story from Isaiah about what actually happened to him, and pretty much what happened to him was the U.S. government was experimenting with a new super soldier serum, and they were giving it to black soldiers without telling them what it was, and they actually have a history of doing this kind of stuff. Look into the Tuskegee experiments where they gave black men syphilis. So the U.S. government has actually done this, so it's not even that fictional. So anyway, he was the only Isaiah, the black Captain America. He was the only one that it really worked on, and I guess his buddies that also had a serum that got captured, he broke them out, and instead of being held as a hero like Captain America was during the first war, the World War II, he actually was jailed because they wanted to find out why the serum worked on him. And because he was a black guy, they could do it. So he tells Sam, essentially, they are never going to accept you as Captain America. And that's been the whole point of this series, is the question on whether Sam could actually be Captain America, knowing what we know about American history and the way they treated black people. So that's the question that we keep asking. We also had a scene where Bucky tracks down Zemo. Zemo has gone back to Sokovia. Oh my God. I should have practiced that word. But he goes back to his homeland to see the memorial, and Bucky tracks him there, hands him over to the Dora Milaje. And I'm thinking, oh, they're going to execute him, right? No, they're not done with Zemo. I was actually kind of happy about that. It didn't make logical sense when you look at the facts. The Dora Milaje totally killed him in a real scenario for assassinating their king. They just would have. But he's such a great character. And the actor playing him is, I'm sure he got some kind of agreement that he wouldn't do this character again unless there was something in it for him. So they couldn't execute him, obviously. But the Dora tell Bucky that they're going to take him to the raft. So he's going to be in the raft. He's going to break out, obviously. So we will see him at a later date. But I enjoyed Daniel Bruhl's portrayal of Zemo. So we touched on the Flag Smashers and what they were doing just briefly. They are teaming up with Patrak the Leaper. And I mentioned I think in my first review of this season that I thought he was going to be the big bad's henchman, and I think I'm still right about that, because it's revealed in this episode that Sharon Carter actually pays him to work with the Flag Smashers. She's been pulling his strings all along. She even says she broke him out of Algerian prison, and Patrak wants to kill the Falcon. So the Flag Smashers are going to help him in that endeavor if he helps them shut down a GRC vote, which is supposed to displace some more people. So he agrees to help them with that. Long story short, I'll just go ahead and say what happens. But it happens at the end of the episode. They're having a meeting. It looked like at the UN or something, but it's in New York. But they shut down the meeting and it just stops. And we don't find out what happens after that because the episode ends. So apparently the last episode in this series is going to be a big fight. It's going to be the Flag Smashers. It's going to be Sam. But okay, let's backtrack a little bit, because Sam is going to, let me just say, first of all, he goes back home. He gets help with fixing up his family's boat, which they can't sail because it's just so damaged and worn down. And Bucky shows up and helps. Bucky flirts with Sam's sister. He says, leave my sister alone. Blah, blah, blah. They discuss the legacy of the shield. And Sam is still deciding whether he's worthy. He's actually practicing with the shield. I still kind of think that you have to be a super soldier to use that shield. Because the way I understood it in the comics, Captain America was able to throw the shield and predict where it would bounce and end up because he had these enhanced abilities. He had enhanced intelligence. He had enhanced senses. He could predict things because he was just a superhuman being. And I don't think a regular human being should be able to use the shield. I don't think that Sam ever got the serum in the comics, so maybe it's keeping with that. I don't know. I just feel like in my heart that maybe he should get the serum. Sam is actually somebody that respect the power that comes with being a super soldier. I mean, that's what this whole episode was about. We see that he has that good heart. He's not, I think he's a pretty good soldier though. Come to think of it, I mean, that first episode he was pretty badass. So I really think he can be Captain America now. I think it would just, I don't know, it just satisfied me a little bit more if he had super strength and all those other things that come with being Captain America. I like the fact that Captain America was able to beat up 10 guys in the elevator. So yeah, that's pretty much all that happened in this episode. Did I miss anything? I think I hit on all the broader points. The whole arc of Sam's character in this series is the idea of whether he can be Captain America. Bucky actually delivers a suitcase from the Wakandans with something in it. We don't see what's in it. Sam even avoids it the whole episode. In the very last scene, we see him open it up. And I'm pretty sure what it's going to be. It's going to be a new Captain America suit, maybe made with vibranium. That would be good. If you're not going to give Sam the super soldier serum, the next best thing is some kind of uniform made out of vibranium, so he's at least bulletproof. Come on. I think that's one of the things I think should be the defining characteristic of most superheroes, the fact that they be bulletproof. Because then you can actually fight crime without fear of dying, and so many things become a lot easier. But yeah, can a black man be Captain America? That's what we will find out in the next episode, people. And that's all I got for today. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like or comment down below. Did I get everything right? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. And ring that bell if you're already a subscriber so you know when my next video drops. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.